freshmen's in here, Jimmy?
Yeah, so if you're looking at if you're online on the live, if you're on the live stream, Princeton is in the yellow Epocher near to our launch. Brown is in the black Resolute far from us. Um, and these two boats, again, the two 3Vs. Princeton's actually ranked #1 according to the most recent EARC heavyweight poll, and Brown is ranked #2. Last week there were actually a couple interesting races in this league. The Princeton 3V beat Cornell in the Carnegie Cup up at Yale at a time of 5:40. Cornell came in second, 5:43, and Yale came in third at 5:49. And on Brown's side, Brown lost a very tight one. Sorry, they actually won this one. They beat Dartmouth by 2 seconds. So Brown at a time of 5:38 over Dartmouth's 5:41. And this was raced in Dartmouth, the Atalanta Cup. So about 5 minutes to the start here. Again, if you're just tuning in, Princeton on the near side in the yellow Epocher, Brown in the far side in the black Resolute. The votes are getting ready to go. This is the third varsity race of the Content Cup, Brown versus Princeton.
That's still pretty cool. The wind's picking up, dying down. As Jimmy said, it's pretty squirrely out here. The crews handled it pretty well, it looked like last race, but you know, we'll see how it goes.
Yeah, so about 4 minutes to start here. We're hearing from the referee. It's about 50 degrees here in Princeton.
This boat, yeah, it looks like who we have here.
So Alan Amico is definitely a senior. He's in the 4 seed. I just remember my senior year. This is a very important race because it's the last race on Lake Carnegie. So definitely a special race for the seniors in the Princeton boat. I think it might just be Alan Amico in the 4 seed, huh?
It's just Alan, yeah. Like I said, a lot of sophomores in there, and a freshman or two.
Yes, the aligner is setting up the boats here for the start. We're on just a little behind. It's about 9:17 here. Yeah, both boats, coxswains are getting the boats pointed. It's a little windy out at the start. Looks like the wind's picked up just a little bit since the last piece. Definitely gets a little gusty in the middle thousand, the bulk of the piece. The crews are aligned. The referee should be pulling the crews momentarily. Brown the far lane.
5,
The countdown has
4,
begun.
3, 2, 1. They're off.
And the crews are off. Again, Princeton in the near lane, the yellow Epocher. Brown the far lane in the black Resolute. Both crews off to a nice clean start. Definitely a little windier here than the last 4V race. Good, nice sharp catches from both crews. Looks like Princeton's eked out a couple seats here off the start. We're through the breakage zone. Yeah, crews in the second half of their starting sequences. A nice strong start out of the Princeton Tigers. Brown Bears sitting a couple seats down here off the start. Princeton, I'd say, probably has about half a length through the first 250 in about 44 seconds. Not a bad time here in this head breeze. Sounds like Princeton's about a 36. You know, both coxswains yelling, trying to eke out just a little bit, probably before taking a push here in this second 500. A little over a minute into the race. I got Princeton coxswain sitting on Brown's 7 seat. Yeah, definitely a little breezy here.
Brown's holding strong in there, Jimmy.
Yeah, a little bit different from the last piece. Princeton was able to get off to a nice strong start in the 4V. This Brown 3V definitely a little more competitive than the 4V category. We're through first 500. Both crews about at 130, 131 area.
Princeton coxswain sitting on the Brown 7 seat. Brown's moving a little.
Brown's taking a little bit of push here.
Princeton probably up half a seat.
Yeah, Princeton coxswain. Yeah, Princeton coxswain sitting on the Brown 7 seat. Princeton Tigers doing a decent job of weathering this storm. Yeah, nice solid base pace here from both crews.
Princeton's taking a nice move here. Moved up about 3 seats. Coxon sitting on their 6th seat.
Good. We're coming through 750 here in a time of about 211, 212. Great piece here for the top 2 boats in the 3V category in the Eastern League.
They're at
Yeah,
a cool
both boats
37.
battling it out here. Nice and long strokes. Looks like the wind has died down just a little bit here in this area between 750 and the 1,000. Yeah, Princeton trying to use that length. Princeton Coxon now on Brown 3-man. I like how both boats are just battling it out at base pace, huh, John?
Yeah, they look really good in there. Brown's not giving up. They're pushing back, but like you said, Princeton's length is looking good.
Yep, coming through the 1,000-meter mark here in just under 3 minutes. You can hear Brown trying to take a push here. Princeton's definitely going to be looking to hold these guys off. Yeah, the wind's starting to pick up here in the second 1,000. Princeton Coxon sitting on Brown 2 seats still. Definitely a battle here. Definitely a battle into the second 1,000. Very appropriate for the top 2 boats ranked by the EARC in the 3V category. Coming in the last 750 here in a time of about 3:43 is Princeton and about 3:45 is Brown. And Princeton Coxon sitting on bow seat. Brown definitely not letting them, so far, not letting them crack open water.
It's getting a little choppier down here towards the 500. About 100 meters away from the 500 meter mark.
Yeah, both crews staying nice and long here. Princeton Coxon has the bow ball of Brown, Let's see if the tires can break open here going into this last 500. And the Princeton crew through the last 500 meter mark in a time of 4:30, and the Brown in a time of 4:32 and change. Princeton Coxon, mentioned they're on the bow ball, trying to break a little bit of open here.
They're almost there. Bow to stern, bow to stern.
Nice solid piece by both boats. Definitely giving it all they have. Very entertaining to watch. Princeton Coxon, looks like there's just a tad bit of overlap here.
Looks like Brown's trying to make a push there, Jimmy. They just bumped up their rate a little bit.
Yeah, let's see if Princeton can respond and hold this margin and possibly push out a couple seats. We're at about 250 to go. Princeton through in a time of 5:19, Brown 5:21. Yeah, Princeton crew's starting to sit up here. You can see them taking the rate up. Yeah, both crews having good composure here in this last 150 meters.
Start to hear the cheers from the shore.
Yeah, you can start hearing the cheers from the shore. Yeah, Princeton Coxon on that Brown bow ball, so Brown's edged back a little bit here in this last 500 meters. It's going to be Princeton by just about a length. A couple strokes to go through this finish line. Princeton will be through in a time of 6:04 to Brown's 6:07.
Great win by the Tigers there, Jimmy. Great start to the day overall for Princeton.
Yeah, so Princeton won the 4V by about 12 seconds. Princeton won this race by about around 3 seconds. So that was the third varsity race. Princeton the yellow Empacher, Brown in the black Resolute. We'll come back to you live in about 10 to 15 minutes for the start of the Brown 2V.